everybody. So today I was talking to Michael in the kitchen, and he was telling me about how he's doing a lot of trading of US bonds. So I actually find it quite hard to trade because I think the profile shape is just nothing like that of like the Bund or S&P or something like that. So I struggle. So anyway, I'm going to go up and see him. You're going to come along, and we're just going to see what he does and what he looks for with the profiles and see if we can learn something from him. All right, so let's head upstairs. We'll see you there. All right, so we were chatting in the kitchen. I was saying that I struggle with profiles for treasuries just because I think they're often quite blocky and they don't have the same sort of like flow and shape to them as the other markets.
Well, for me, like what's important is as they develop, you can see like a clear trend. So like the shorter duration, the blockier,
Yeah.
and that can be an advantage. So like for example, today when we hit the low and put in like a tiny tail,
Yeah.
you know it's time to just buy it back to value.
Yeah.
And if you can get it to the other side and get a little tail in,
Yeah.
that's another trade.
Yeah.
So like blocky becomes like a pattern recognition.
Yeah.
And if you expand it again, you get used to seeing like how that pattern sort of the extreme, if it's a single print, how does that like revert to the block center? Because they're usually pegged to like an average for a while before they either drift higher or just kind of slowly leak.
Yeah. Hi everybody. So this is Mike. Mike, quickly take us through your edge.
All right. So my edge is comprised of basically three things. From a long-term time frame, just typical chart, just simple charts, going all the way back to weekly, all the way down to 1 second. All right. So Isaac and I are comparing here our profile analysis. So I'm going to keep mine pretty much back to the idea of like the blockiness. So the way I kind of see these profiles based on really my just observation over time is that the market doesn't really give you tails because there's so much liquidity that it has to kind of like really just distribute or accumulate. Distributing really happens on offers like this, where a distribution will just create this kind of node for multiple days. And if it happens near a previous low, you can almost consider like these two profiles in and of themselves as this profile's tail.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you were to compress these three, you'd get a much cleaner view.
Yeah.
Because the market takes multiple weeks or days, to like identify that tail of selling or buying.
Yeah.
And you can see in this more excess kind of offer that was then stuck, we ended up opening, testing a high with no tail, and then immediately cutting through that yearly low, and then created a repositioning. Same thing, excess low, and now you can see we retraced that. That was all of last week, where we did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday bid. This was an auction. This was a 10-year auction, actually, and this was a 30-year auction.
Yeah.
And we did a 3-day reversal trend, and then the high hit on Friday just before retail sales, and then you saw the drift back on the next day. This is actually CPI. Sorry. So if you kind of think of it, it's very symmetrical, right?
Yeah.
So, again,
Kind of
excess.
offer flag offer in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And the lack of tail here, you can see it kind of like reacted there, where it was like, oh, there's like a vacuum here that like the market needs to expand and then contract and then decide where it's going, and then it did, which was 2 more days of offer.
All right, Mike, thank you for taking us through everything, and we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, man.
All right, have a good one. Cheers. All right, what a legend. I think he made some really great points. Like, the first thing I liked was just the way he colored his profiles to understand the times of day and find more interesting patterns through that. And then the second thing was about how if you combine the profiles, just because there's so much liquidity in these markets that you might need more than one day to really understand the auction properly. So awesome stuff by Mike. Now, if you want to learn a bit more about technicals, as you can see, it's quite a complex topic, then go and check out elitetraderworkshop.com and sign up for the free seminar there, and also follow Axia on all your favorite social media so that you can learn from us in as many ways as possible. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.